we'll say it. Bam!
Better?
Hey! It's your boys. Cool Mike. And Handsome Frank. I think I'm going to change it to Awesome Frank. Nah, that's too much like The Miz. And fuck that guy. So what are we here to talk about tonight, Mikey?
Oh, the AEW All Out show.
Oh, I'm glad you're
Right.
with it. I'm glad you're with it. After watching you last night, I can tell why you're not with it.
Hungover, bud.
Enjoyable. I watched it. I didn't put my own up because I was in the same state you were in.
Oh, you got torqued last night too?
Yeah, only I wasn't drinking fancy vodka drinks. I was just drinking good old Canadian beer.
What kind of beer?
Actually, buddy brought over, I forget. Can't remember. But
Good beer then.
Yeah. So, you didn't like it as much as Double or Nothing.
No. I didn't. I like that. I like.
How much of that do you think has to do with you being there live?
I would rather watch it on TV, to be honest with you. You get to see everything. Being there live, I had to because when I seen it live, I didn't enjoy it as much as when I watched Double or Nothing after. So maybe if I watch this one again, maybe I'll enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah, plus maybe not hammered.
Yeah, plus I was torqued. And when I watch wrestling, so I had a buddy over. When I watch wrestling with a buddy, I'm always like, does he think I'm a fucking nerd? You know?
And you're explaining shit, right?
Yeah, you're trying to explain stuff and this and that. And I notice when I have a friend over that I'll notice the worst of the match rather than the best of the match. So it's
because
I have to watch it again.
You're thinking that guy's seeing it, and he must think I'm a fucking moron for liking this.
Yeah.
So I disagree with you. I disagree completely with you. I think it was a better show.
That's fine.
Yeah, I agree with the commentary. JR kind of bugged me. The other two, Golden Boy and Excalibur, those guys are great, man. Yeah, those guys were all right. But, with JR's used to a much slower style of wrestling, right? So I think it's harder
with that, yeah.
I think it's harder for him to call these quicker matches. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you can see, and I when you watch the pre-show, it's like you watch the outro of the pre-show to go into the main event, right? And it's like those two guys were walking on pins and needles trying to describe the matches because I think JR was there kind of said something because at the end of the pre-show those guys were long-winded. And Excalibur, JR would cut Excalibur off with the introductions and stuff like that. It's just let him roam, man. Just let him do his thing, right?
Yeah. So let's first go through a little minor few problems with the production. The cameraman. This goes back to the director, obviously, and the producer. They weren't catching shit. They would be focusing on the after spot when a new spot is happening, right? Somebody would be fucking down and hurt, and they'd be focusing on that person, and then another big spot would happen, and you'd only get to see it through replay, not live. They need to work on that. I also noticed during the pocket or who was it? I think it was the Kenny Omega entrance. The name bar under him was Pac.
Oh, so they fucked up that.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Yeah, little things like that. But the set was awesome.
Oh, yeah, it looked great.
I'm getting a little afraid that Cody is becoming an egomaniac of sorts. Because if you notice, the biggest, most grandest entrances have been his with the two big pay-per-views. The smashing of the throne and now coming up from below the ground as Captain fucking Picard. You know what I mean? But whatever, man. I'm not Star Trek fan. I know many are. So people probably dug it.
Yeah, it was cool. I didn't mind it.
Yeah, I'm just noticing that. And another thing I'm noticing is for a VP, Kenny Omega sure as hell is not a selfish guy.
Yeah,
this guy's willing to put guys over. He's lost more than he's won. He's 1-2 in singles.
Yeah.
And I totally disagree with you about that match. I thought that
I
match
did
was
not.
awesome.
I did not like that match.
You need to watch it again then.
Yeah, maybe, but I didn't like the
Just have
beginning.
to
I don't like
remember
Omega. I don't like
Huh?
Omega playing to the crowd as much as he plays to the crowd, and it's like his baby face stuff to me is like, blech. I didn't like it.
I don't know. There was that spot. Let's go from the beginning. Okay. So we had the fucking casino battle royale that Nyla Rose won. Did you enjoy it?
I thought Britt Baker should have won that because I think she's the biggest star in the women's division. I don't think Nyla Rose is. And another thing to go with like the camera angles, they fucked up when Mercedes Martinez came out. Yeah. They should have had like a single shot of her because I was like, oh, and then like 5 seconds later you see who it is. It's like no, you should have showed the whole entrance, her coming out. They fucked that up. And yeah, I don't know. I didn't like the Nyla Rose won that. I don't think she's that big of a star, but they kind of want to have like a beast. They should add someone to that women's championship title.
It's gonna be a PR stunt. She's a trans woman. She's gonna win the title more than likely, and she's gonna be the first trans woman to win a title. Can't see my hands. To win a title. That's how I'm seeing it. Tanila Dashwood or Emma. She's there, but she's not signed to AEW. No. One person missing was Kylie Ray, but she asked for her release. She's no longer a part of the company.
Oh, really?
And when asked why, Tony Khan just wouldn't give a straight answer. So there's that. I think Kylie Ray asking for her release is more entertaining than that whole match. I didn't mind it. I like their idea of the casino battle royal. I like the way they do it because you're guaranteed to have 5 people in the ring at one time. You remember that? You remember the Royal Rumble that Austin won by cheating when Brett should have won? Where Brett knocked him out, but the referees didn't see it, and he came back in and eliminated Brett. You remember that?
Yep.
Okay. There was times in that match he just jumped people out, and he'd be sitting there looking at his fake watch, waiting.
Yeah.
That's boring to me. I want to see action going on. I don't want 20 people in the ring at once, but, having 5 to fucking 10 people in the ring fighting, that's entertainment to me. That's why I like the Casino Battle Royal.
Also, I like the fact that they cut the entrances in fucking like quarter. So you got like 5 or 4 entrances rather than 30 when it comes to like the Royal Rumble matches. And the entrances is the most boring part. And I like the fact that they have the Joker card, and then one person gets their own special entrance. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. I like that.
I agree. I didn't mind it at all. Now, after that, we had Private Party versus Angelico and fucking what's his name? Evans.
Jack Evans, yeah.
Jack Evans. I know him. My mind's fucking fucked from last night.
Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was watching it, the stream failed on me. So I got to watch the entrance, and I got to watch the juice. The move that Private Party made. Yeah. I love that move. It's fucking great.
I mean, I'd say the boys in green controlled most of that match. It was a come from behind win, definitely. But they're pushing them.
I just came up with a name for those guys.
Who?
They're the neon peons.
I'd like to see them get some wins though, man.
Yeah, man, me too.
Because they're fucking good, man. Like they're
Yeah.
good. So I don't even know if they have full-time contracts with AEW. I know fucking I know Private Party does.
Yeah.
So Private Party won. It was a good match. It was fun. It was the type of match that you should have before the show starts to get everybody going. And I think it accomplished that. So first match of the main card is MCU or SCU. Fuck. I was reading something about Marvel. So SCU,
the SCU universe, bro. Look.
Yeah, man, yeah, against Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Little Marco Stunt. A lot of people.
The Jurassic Express is what they're calling themselves.
Yes, but a lot of people are pissed off that Marco Stunt is even in AEW.
Why?
Because he's not believable. Well, to that I say, neither is Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and we don't know if they're going to have a junior division or anything yet. So,
a baby division. That guy's fucking puny. Yeah. But you can do cool shit with him, man.
Yeah. Of course. And of course he took the pin, but fucking that match was sick, man.
It was.
And
it was
Luchasaurus, that guy could fucking move. Like he's so big, and he's doing in like standing moonsaults, and just he's a monster. I love him.
Hence the name. Yeah, I like him too. I got well, I think I said in the last podcast I got to meet that guy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he played. We had a horrors. What is it, like a horror on fucking Hastings here event, and everybody there was like Freddy versus Nancy, like I don't know, a bunch of little things. And at the end, it was Luchasaurus, but he was playing like the Evil Dead tree. Like that was the villain he played.
From
was
BC or something?
What? No, I don't think he's from BC. I think he's from someplace down the West Coast.
Okay.
But yeah, then after that, I seen he was on the Lucha Underground, and then wasn't he in Ring of Honor for a little bit too? And then now he's fucking lighting it up. He's doing good, man.
Yeah, man. The one thing I say about AEW is, you like my fireplace in the background there?
I do. It's cool.
Can't really see it. There it is.
Yeah.
I haven't set up a spot to do these. This is just. But my one critique is they need more bigger guys.
I agree with you on that.
For that, Harry Smith Jr. or Davey Boy Smith Jr.
Yeah.
He's
6. They get him over?
I would definitely go for him and Teddy Hart. And because they already have Brian Pillman, I would reform the Hart Foundation.
And get Jack Evans involved in that too.
Yeah, man. He could be like can't do the Brian Pillman bit because he's already played by his son. But yeah still, same dynamic. What was after that awesome three-man match or fucking 3-man tag match?
You know.
I know.
Pac versus Omega.
Yeah. It was an awesome match.
I thought it was flat.
Dude, you're crazy.
Dude, they botched like a couple things in that match.
They botched one move.
And it was a big one.
It was a fucking reverse Rana.
Yeah. It was a big one.
These guys were flying out. When Omega did his Terminator dive, he fucking smoked into the railing. When Pac did a fucking moonsault from the top to the outside, he smoked into the railing. Those guys were killing each other.
Which brings another thing too, is like they gotta make it a bigger area for those guys to do their flying shit, man. Because Pac almost broke his fucking leg tonight, dude. Doing a backflip and hit the railing. Like I watched it, I was like, oh my god. And you heard it. Smack.
Yeah.
As soon as he
Same with Omega, his leg. And they both cracked heads when he landed. But anyway, No, man. When Omega won, what did he do? He, I forget the setup for it, but it might have been a V-trigger or like the Horsey Garami where he fucking picks up and drops him on his head on his knee. And he went directly into a fisherman's fucking brainbuster. Dude, Omega was showing moves that he doesn't do. He did the fucking pop-up fucking... Remember D'Lo Brown used to do this? The pop-up fucking spine buster between the legs. I don't know, man. I thought that match was awesome. When fucking...
We're going to disagree. And the reason I knew that Omega was going to lose right off the bat, and when he started to like play to the crowd like he didn't care for Pac and shit like that, it's like, okay, Omega's losing.
Yeah, but Omega used to do that in Japan all the time too. He's always cocky.
Yeah, but he's a babyface doing that shit, right?
Yeah, but he was a babyface most of the time. Like even when he was the leader of the Bullet Club, he was like the first leader of the Bullet Club to not have interference in his matches. All the other leaders would always have interference from the rest of the Bullet Club. So he was a leader.
But you cannot disagree that as soon as you start seeing him do that and take Pac not seriously, that he was going to lose that match. I knew exactly he was going to lose that match as soon as he started doing that. I didn't like that whole like because he was the one who started that. It's like he was overlooking Pac because he was going against Moxley, which is okay storytelling, but I just didn't like the way it came across.
Well, basically the story they're selling is that he's left his passion for wrestling in Japan.
For Omega.
Yeah, for Omega. And you know what? They could go somewhere with that, right? Make him lose. Make him have to fucking find that passion again. Because that's a relatable story to a lot of people. How many people in the world have lost passion for whatever their daily job is, whatever their fucking passion is in life? Happens to most people. Maybe it's happened to him. That's probably where they're going with it. But I love the fact, like, he had the match in the bag, right? Match was his. I loved the fucking, I loved when he had him on his shoulders, put him in the front, and then just deadlifted him into a German. I loved when fucking Pac threw him into the ropes and then gave him a German right off of the fucking, as soon as he, like, they were going for it, man.
Yeah. But here's the thing, all right? So, for me, I put Omega on a level where he's got to put like a 5-star match. You know what I mean? But like he's a 3.5-star match, you know.
That wasn't a 3.5, 3.75 star match.
I think so.
That at very least is a 4.5.
No.
Yeah, man. That was 25 minutes. That was
I didn't mind the finish though.
Of hard hitting. Did you see Pac's fucking chest after that match? These guys killed.
Yeah, he looked like it was the beginnings of a zombie. It looked like a zombie bit him. He had like the veins and shit.
There was that fucking New Japan spot, right, where they're standing in the middle of the ring and they're throwing fucking forearms and knife chops, and fucking all of a sudden Kenny's throwing fucking 2 rights, 2 lefts, and he's just battering him, and he gets in the corner, and then Pac fucking like powers out of it, and then he starts doing it to him. One of my favorite spots in that match is Pac, I think, Pac has him on the ropes, thinking Omega's out, and then he goes and runs to the fucking far rope, and Omega meets him with a fucking V-trigger, right? But he hit him with the V-trigger as soon as he came around from hitting the ropes. And then they both fell against the ropes, and Omega put his arm around his fucking head and then made this fucking crazy look. Like, it was awesome, man. It was awesome. And who knows, maybe him losing turns him into a heel.
Yeah, hopefully.
You know? But
it would be cool. Here's the thing, too, is like, they need somebody out of the Elite to be a heel. It'd be nice to see Omega branch off to his own thing, be a heel, and just, you know what I mean? But Cody, I don't think Cody will do it because he's kind of like, I don't know, like you're saying, like he's very grandizing right now. So I think that like it'd be cool if Omega's like, fuck this, I'm losing, you guys aren't helping me, blah 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 blah. and then go be a heel. I think that would be pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Might be because he's been a babyface now. I think for like 2 years, mind you. Bullet Club, he was like a halfer.
Yeah, he's a tweener, man.
Maybe he needs a little bit of a change, right? Maybe like if he loses to Moxley, if they face off and he loses to Moxley, that's the thing that breaks him.
I just think you're right when you say you have expectations that are too high for him. Like you're expecting like a 5-star match every time he goes out.
Yeah, it's like a Bret Hart, man. Like if Bret Hart goes out there and it's not a believable looking match, and I'm just like, okay, that's not up to his expectations. So I put them on a plateau, right?
That was a huge believable match to me, especially the fucking finish, man. That finish was awesome. He gets him.
I did like the finish.
Yeah, and he puts him in the rings of Saturn.
Yeah,
like I've seen the one-winged angel countered before, but never like that.
No, and that goes to the storyline too that they were telling that Omega's overlooking Pac, right? So then for him to hit him on with the rings of Saturn like that, it was good. It was a good finish. I liked the finish.
And also because they were beating the shit out of each other. Like some of those fucking those not lariats, those fucking whips into the goddamn railings, some of those were goddamn hard as shit. So, they beat the shit out of each other. And that's what I want in my wrestling. I want to see guys that look like they're trying to hurt each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. That was one of the top 2 matches of the night for me.
We'll agree to disagree.
Yeah, we'll have to.
Yeah.
And I also like he passes out, so he doesn't tap out. Kind of cliche, right? And a lot of times, well, like Stone Cold, having somebody pass out from the sharpshooter is kind of unbelievable. But when they have blood streaming down their face, it's completely believable. Now,
and the camera angle you can do with the sharpshooter is fucking awesome too. Like Stone Cold pushing out, like Omega, you barely even seen his face.
Yeah,
people
but what
were in the audience, like, what the fuck just happened?
Oh, I knew exactly what happened because I was looking, I was watching, and I was seeing fucking Pac's grip, and that you could see Omega's head fucking turning redder and redder and redder, mm-hmm. And then where he was being squeezed on, you could see white, like his skin was turning white from the pressure, but everything else was turning fucking red. So he just got choked out, essentially. Yeah. Fuck it. And they did it. I did it good too, because he woke up a few seconds later, and that's what happens when you get choked out. You don't stay asleep. Like a lot of times, wrestling makes the mistake that a guy gets choked out or knocked out from the pain, and that guy or girl's fucking out for like 2-3 minutes. That doesn't happen. You get fucking choked out and you're unconscious, you're up sometimes 2 seconds later to 15 seconds. It was perfect. He woke up, he opened his eyes, and he kind of was acting like, where the fuck am I? I think they played it perfect. I think they did a good job. They both did a great job selling. I think Omega did a better job selling, because there were some times where like Omega does his like running fucking knee drop kick, and right after that I think he went for Coit's Wrath, and that's when Pac did a flip. Remember that? So he goes
well, dude, there's this one part where Omega was selling in the corner as a 450 flip, and he's like reaching up at him like this. I was like, that's fucking stupid. That was stupid. I did not like that. It's like, if you could reach up, you can stand up, but so just stand the fuck up, walk away. And then he takes it. I was like, well, for me, that was the dumbest spot of the match. And then I found that Pac wasn't selling, like you're saying. He didn't do a very good job of selling. Like Omega would hit him stuff and he'd pop up like 2 seconds later. I'm just like, okay. I just didn't think they had a flow. Next time they wrestle, it's going to be a 5-star. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they had enough time. They didn't have enough time to put anything, like put it all together.
Yeah, no, I understand where you're coming from. I just
blotchy spots.
Like the thing that stands out most to me is the reverse Rana spot. And for fucking commentary, they actually did a decent job saying Omega's just playing with him at this point. He could have put him away. Why is he not trying to put him away? Right?
Yeah.
So that played a role in the match too. So,
right.
Okay, we agree to disagree.
Subject. Yep.
Next match was the Crazy Cracker Barrel challenge or whatever. Yep. What did you think of it?
I absolutely loved it, man. I'm a fucking mark for that kind of shit. Yeah, dude, Darby Allin's skateboard thing, I popped pretty hard for that shit.
Did
dude.
you
that
see the
awesome
attacks in his back after?
Yeah, man.
The only thing that they fucked up in that was when they taped up fucking Havoc. So they taped him up, and then they dumped the fucking thumbtacks in his mouth, and then Joey Janela puts a piece of tape on, it falls off. And Havoc's waiting there. And it's like, at least put your hand over his mouth so he can't open it. Because he could have just spit it out. But other than that, it was awesome. That fucking senton from the ring out to the chair was fucking...
Well, the Canadian Destroyer, too, that Janela did. Was it? That was sick, dude. Through the table. The end was.
They didn't even know what it was. They thought it was a power bomb, like a sunset power bomb. And they're like, "No, he was higher up on his shoulders. That looked more like a pile driver." And they're like, no, they call that a Canadian Destroyer. But yeah, that was sick.
Yeah, it was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit was off the fucking hook. Technically, who cares, right? But it was definitely like, yeah, it was awesome. So the end was he was meant to like suplex him through the Cracker Barrel thing. I think they Rainmakered him through it at the end, right?
Yeah, but before that, he did what was it, superplex?
Yeah.
But he only hit his legs, and that's dangerous because you can't control that.
Yeah.
And then I think the plan was to do that and then do the Rainmaker normally, because if they did the way it was supposed to be, that Cracker Barrel would have been destroyed, right?
Yes.
So I think they had to just say fuck it, put it there. But watching Darby Allin take himself out of the match by doing that fucking just what do they call it? When he does his move, when he just falls backwards on somebody.
Yeah, when he fell back with the Cracker Barrel. I don't know what they call it. It's like I don't know what they call it, but it was pretty slick.
It's like a monster. Yeah, man. It's like that was brutal.
Dude, the whole match was brutal.
Jimmy Havoc didn't really win, he just survived. I was like, no, he won. Like, fucking guy comes in, he starts stapling himself.
Yeah.
And he starts giving paper cuts to him. I'm like, that was pretty cool when he got him. And Joey Janela is just fucking charisma to another level, man.
He is, man.
And, like, Darby Allin has this, dark, brooding thing about him. I like it. And Jimmy Havoc is just a maniac.
Yeah.
And I like all three guys, man.
I like Janela. Janela's like a party dude, man. He reminds me of somebody I would have hung around with in high school. You know, guy probably drives a T-Bird or some shit. Yeah. But yeah, no, that was a good match. I really enjoyed it. The next one though, I wasn't really too huge of a fan.
The ladies match.
Oh, was that the next one?
Oh no. The next match was
Dark Order.
I love the Dark Order.
Did you? I didn't really dig the match.
I thought it was a classic fucking tag team wrestling match.
Yeah, the crowd was burnt out on that match, man. I think maybe that's what I didn't like about it.
But I'll tell you, yeah, because that's hours after the show started, right?
Yeah.
You just had four exciting matches in a row, and then this was like a fucking standard tag team match, cutting the angles, fucking cutting the ring in half, shit like that. I like that. This is like the type of shit the Revival do, and we love the Revival, right? Yeah. Their in-ring style. I love the Dark Order. I think they're cool. I said this from the very beginning. I think they're cool, man. I like the gimmick. Love the gimmick guy. I just do.
So I was talking to my buddy when this was going on, and I was like, man, like that guy's like he's really out of shape. I was like, I would never be in the ring with my shirt off if I looked like that, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, what do you think about that guy? He's like, I don't know. I just think that guy's just probably tired. He just walks around.
George Cassidy?
No, the heavy dude.
Oh. So who would you say you wouldn't be out with your shirt off?
The big guy.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I think he makes, I mean, he's fat, but I don't know. I like the mask, and I like the white fucking paint on his eyes, and I like Stu Grayson. He's a Canadian guy too. I think he's French.
No, out of those two tag teams, I'm not as huge of a fan. I've never been a fan of the Best Friends. I like the Dark Order as the tag team.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I like their finish. I like their finish, and I also like their spot where. Let me turn that fucking off. Yeah. I also like the running fucking, the running senton that Uno does while Grayson does that 450 splash at the same time. Love that shit, man. And then they get saved. They get saved by Orange fucking Cassidy.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. It's like the only thing I like about the Best Friends are Orange Cassidy, bro. That was sick. Yeah.
He's another guy that people are bitching about.
Fuck it, man. He's the best.
Whatever,
one of the
man.
best. One of the best things on AEW. I love that guy.
Dude, he did a fucking suicide dive with his hands in his pockets. You know how dangerous that is? Like,
you gotta really respect the guys for catching you.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So they get a first round.
Does a kip up and just kind of like.
Yeah, man. And then when he does like the Stone Cold go to the ropes, but only hits the bottom rope, and he's like, yeah. I love him, man. I love him. And he can wrestle too.
Yeah.
So
he just says
after that, then you had Riho and what was it? Shida? Something Shida? I can't remember her whole name. She's they were saying that little Riho, 95 pounds, so far she's perfect. She's 3-0 in AEW. And JD was saying, how did they even get there? Why are they? Because this girl is 3-0, pinned the fucking biggest, meanest chick in the company. Why do you think she's there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's why she's there.
Because wins and losses matter in AEW.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right? Have they done a good job building her up? No, not yet. But that's what TV's for.
Well, that's it. Right? That's like people complain about building up. Well, look, they don't have TV yet. If you don't have TV, like they're relying on a weekly 20-minute video and road to whatever pay-per-view they're doing videos. And those are only about 10 minutes. That's their builds. What can you do with that?
Yeah, well, not to mention, those two girls are still working in Japan right now, right? Yeah, so how can you even have them on those videos?
Yeah, they're moving to America, though.
Nice, they can move to Vancouver. I got a couch they can crash on. No problem. No problem.
But, and it was funny, I was watching JD, he was complaining about the way they dressed. I'm like, dude, you love Asuka and Kairi Sane.
Dude,
they dressed the same.
Shida was wearing the same things as Asuka and Kairi Sane.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you love those girls. He's pissed off that fucking Asuka gets shit on. What do you think Asuka's dressed like? Asuka's dressed exactly like she was dressed later on in her career in Japan. She used to be all black hair, but then she did the dyed hair and the different colors. Kairi Sane looks the same, right? Now, fucking, I don't know, he was kind of saying, didn't know which one was a heel. Neither one of them was a heel. If you listen to the commentary, it was very, very clear. Both of them trained under the girl that they wrestled at the first show, right?
Yeah.
Shida pinned her. So they said she surpassed her senpai, which is a huge deal in Japan. And they also said that Shida is Riho's senior. So that means she's above her, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the story. Like he kept saying, how did we get here? That's how. Right there.
Yeah. He was also watching it live too, right? So he didn't get to hear the commentary spit all that stuff out.
Yeah, exactly. So and to his credit, he was like, I'll have to watch it again. I watched it on Fight TV.
Yeah, me too.
You know, you get unlimited replays.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you could watch it. I went and watched fucking Double or Nothing today for free.
Really?
Yeah, man. So you'll be able to watch it whenever you want.
I'll watch it right after we're done here, bud.
No, you're gonna watch Rocky.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Huh?
I don't think Rocky's on a streaming service, is it? You have to buy Rocky 1?
Dude, you can find it for free on YouTube.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it'll just be Rocky, and it will say be 15 minutes, part 1, Rocky, 15 minutes, part 2. But the match was great, man. They beat the shit out of each other. Well, Riho took a shit kicking.
All I have to do is follow you around for an hour and a half, and I got fucking Rocky right there, bud.
God. That's what I fully expect that review to be.
Yeah,
just saying how great the movie is, and you saying, of course you think that's great. Of course you fucking love this movie. Anyway, their match was great. Those two women, I think a lot of WWE wrestlers, female wrestlers, could look at that match and learn a thing or two. And like Riho being fucking 95 pounds and like her whole thing has been squeaking out victories, right? Mm-hmm. Even over Nyla Rose. So, you know, it'll be interesting. Nyla Rose is going to win. I have no doubt about it.
You think so? I don't think so.
I think she will. And I think purely to make history. That's it. When she came out and they were doing that stare down, right? You could see Nyla Rose's bulge.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Nyla Rose has got like a knife and fork. Like she could eat Rio. Like she's like 250 pounds, right?
Yeah,
Rio's 95, man.
I was like, they showed her from behind. I'm like, that looks like a dude.
Yeah.
You know? And then I was like, oh, wait. She used to be one.
Yeah. That's why I don't think that they'll do it. I don't know.
I think they will because, you know, look, a lot of wrestlers are very progressive people. Maybe not a lot of wrestling promotion owners, but wrestlers are.
Yeah. But here's the thing too: is like if you do it right away, then what do you do after that? So if you give her the title right away, like what you could do is you could have her lose, and then eventually have a build up to her winning, like being the first transgender. But like right away, that's why I don't really think it'll work because like what else?
I mean, I think it would jump the shark personally.
Exactly right.
But I mean, if like I don't care that she's a transgender, right? I don't. It's not a real sport. Right? Like, if this was like a mixed martial arts match, open weight, fucking old school Japan style, and a 95-pound woman was taking on a transgender woman that was 280 pounds, I would have a problem with it. But this is scripted, so I have no problem with that. But she's a monster heel. Or not, I don't even know if she's a heel. I don't know.
I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. Maybe they're trying to go for this Awesome Kong vibe, right? Like Awesome Kong was back in the day. Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, let's carry on. Next match was Cody and Sean Spears. They put on a good show.
Yeah, I enjoyed both their entrances too. I really like Sean Spears' entrance. Just him like flash dance the fucking thing there with the chair, but he still had his scarf that had 10 on it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was it.
And, did you notice during the Cracker Barrel match when Joey Janela pulls out a racket?
You know
what that was about, right?
Yeah, Jim Cornette.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you caught that. So, I like the match. However, I'd say there was a little too much interference. But they had to do it because they didn't have MJF booked for a match, and people want to see MJF do something, right?
Yep.
My biggest thing was when Arn Anderson came in and helped Cody.
Yeah.
That bothered me.
Yeah, because he was always fighting the roads.
He was always fighting the roads. He was in the Four Horsemen with Tully Blanchard. He was in the Brainbusters with Tully Blanchard. So you said, what does this do for Sean Spears?
Yeah.
Well, the feud can carry on because you have fucking like MJF and Tully really didn't play a factor in their match, right? They kind of fought each other. But Arn did have an impact on the match. He laid him out, and Sean fucking played, like, he sold that beautifully. And the fucking spine buster was awesome, too.
Mm-hmm.
So that feud can very easily continue because if you watched Road to All Out, Tully wrote in the contract, only one person, each of us, can have at ringside. That was broken. That contractual agreement was broken. So they can say, you didn't beat me fair and square. That match should be a no contest. And because they brought the lawyer involved, they can go to the fucking lawyer and say, I want this match overturned to a no contest. That's what I would do in this situation.
So they got a librarian, they got lawyers. What else they got? They got plumbers.
The librarians weren't there though.
Oh yeah, only small part they were there in the battle royal, right?
But not the guy.
No, he was there. He helped her with the books.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. When she got thrown out, he'd put the books, and then she walked on the books to.
Oh, I didn't even see them, honestly.
Which is a librarian, you probably don't want to walk on books like that's like.
Yeah, I didn't see it. But I think it can continue. I think their feud can continue. And as to your point about that would have been a perfect time for MJF to turn heel, that has to be a slow boil where everyone knows that MJF is using Cody. And then eventually, after this feud with, like, the feud with Sean Spears can culminate with MJF helping Spears win. Something along those.
Yeah, that's what I thought was going to happen. And then they were going to join together with Tully. You know, that's what I was hoping was going to happen. I really think that Sean Spears should have won, though.
Oh, I think so, too.
Yeah, because, I think so, too.
Like, out of all of the VPs, he's the only one that hasn't outright lost.
Yeah.
He's like 1-1 or 2-0-1.
Yeah, with the draw with Darby.
Yeah, and then wait, he lost in a tag match, didn't he? But I'm talking about his singles run.
Yeah.
Because they do separate. They are separated, right? Which is good.
Mm-hmm.
But
that would have put Spears on the map. So like that's like Spears' first one-on-one match, right? It was with Cody, and he's already lost. And you're like, okay, doesn't carry much weight now. So he's just going to keep going on and try to beat up the guy. I guess, but
I think it does because it's not a clean win. It just isn't.
But if he would have won, it would have been a different story. Now Cody's got to get that back, right?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
now Sean Spears has a legit gripe. And then with MJF, he could all of a sudden buy into what Sean is saying, because Sean's been saying, you just fucking use people, Cody, and then you leave them behind. And then fucking MJF, like Cody could relegate MJF to lesser things in the day-to-day, right? And then at that point, he's thinking, yeah, Sean's right. And then, you know, at their final match, then he turns on him. And bam, you got a stable.
Yeah, and then you got a mouthpiece for that stable too.
Huh?
You got a mouthpiece for that stable too.
Yeah.
But Tully's a good mouthpiece for that stable, though. Tully's all right.
Yeah, no, they can have two.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck yeah.
And then they can be, you know, and then MJF being the heel can, when anytime Cody wants to fight him, he'd be like, no, man, I'm a tag team. I'm in tag team. I'm not a singles wrestler anymore because he's a tag team with fucking Sean. It could just go on. It'd be great.
Yeah.
But, yeah, and then it would be like a build to Cody trying to find a way to get him in the ring, even though he's a tag team wrestler. So maybe he calls. Maybe
I take it back. Maybe I take it back. MJF turning heel. Maybe I take that one back. You won that one, buddy.
Okay.
Because I think you do need to kind of build that up a little bit.
Yeah, because it's only built for people that watch Being the Elite, right? And
it's everybody in that. Oh, dude, there was a guy that we met in Vegas at fucking Double or Nothing, who was in the audience, and he was dressed up, like, Rah! Like they gave him his own little thing, and me and Phil were both like, holy fuck, we met that guy. That's wild, awesome. Man. Yeah. Yeah, it was cool. Sorry to cut you off.
No, man. No, that's what these are about. So the match was good. You know me, I don't think Cody's much of a wrestler. I think he has good ring psychology, can sell. I just don't think when it comes to being athletic, he's not up there. I think Sean Spears is a better wrestler, frankly. Yeah, but Cody is the boss, so I just hope that Cody doesn't eventually turn into like a Shane McMahon type heel character.
Yeah, they'll be going against everything they stand for, man.
I don't think that will happen.
Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, man.
All right, 1 second, done.
All right. It's not like you pissed or anything, right?
Dude.
Good. So,
Perrier.
Next, we have the craziest match.
Dude.
I have a hard time picking between this, personally picking between this and the Omega match is the best because one was a wrestling match and the other was a fucking spot fest. A crazy, crazy spot fest. But fucking goddamn it, was it great to watch.
Oh, yeah.
Phoenix injured himself 3 or 4 days before the show, wrestled the next night, and is wrestling tonight. Guy's not human.
Yeah. No, he's not. And he does the craziest shit, man. Out of all those guys, Phoenix does the craziest shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm surprised because fucking Pentagon was kind of taking it easy. But just some of those spots, the one where I think it was Nick, he dove through the ladder over the ropes onto those guys. That was fucking awesome. Just the whole thing was, I can't even go. I remember, I remember obviously fucking him yanking his mask off, right?
Yeah, I knew as soon as I did that, the Lucha Brothers were going to win.
I knew they were going to win to begin with because it was for their titles. And there's no way they were going to fucking bring another company's titles into October on TNT, right? That fucking spot where he got put, was it Matt or no, it was Nick. Nick got pushed off the fucking ladder. I was saying to my buddy Neil, I'm like, that ladder's way too far away from the ropes. Like, I called it before it happened, like a minute or two before it happened. I can't believe he ripped his mask off either. Like, the Bucks got booed.
Yeah, me too.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But that just shows you they're educated wrestling fans, right? And they fucking, man, that match was one of the best ladder matches I think I've ever seen. Like,
yeah, I think so too. They have ridiculous chemistry. Those two teams, man. Like I was saying, I would watch them fucking paper crochet together. Like they would probably do something cool, even just doing that. But as to go back to that Nick Jackson spot, I thought he was whatever. They would do it cool. They'd do it flipping and shit. But that spot with Nick Jackson, I thought he was dead, dude. He smashed his head off that table.
It's all because he caught his feet on. He caught his feet on the fucking top rope. Like at that spot,
he was trying to jump.
Yeah, and it was like he knew it was too far away. So it was either take the nut shot on top rope, and then see a lot of times, especially with newer wrestlers, younger wrestlers, they plan everything out. Whereas older wrestlers, they would call it in the ring. So if two older wrestlers did that, that wouldn't have happened. They would have did a crotch shot, right? Landed on the top rope and then figured something else out. But because these guys and everybody nowadays have the match point by point, he decided to go for it, to do the spot. And he fucking smoked his head. I'm afraid he has a concussion. And then when they did that double package pile driver on Matt, that ladder didn't even budge.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like, because when they happen, they usually bust, right? Like, they bend. Not at all. So, I was a little worried about him. Obviously, his head more than likely didn't make contact, but his neck, that jolt without any give. Because those are things where you can't really control your fall, right? Like if Matt or if Nick did hit both tables, he could control his fall. Right? But, right guys won. Amazing match.
Yeah.
Then you had...
And then?
And then LAX, man.
Yeah, you like these guys, eh?
Yeah, I like them. They're great.
Yeah.
JD loves them.
Yeah.
But they, it was funny because their finisher is similar to what the Hart Foundation are doing in MLW.
All right, what's that?
So Davey Boy Jr. will get someone on his fucking shoulders, turn his back towards the rope or the turnbuckle area. Teddy Hart will get on the top rope and jump off and do a Canadian Destroyer off of his shoulders.
Okay.
By the way, that Canadian Destroyer off the top of the fucking steel cage to the table, that was sick too. And I love that they call it a Mexican Destroyer. It's like, no, it's a Canadian Destroyer.
Yeah, it's Canadian Destroyer.
Because they're Mexican doesn't mean, like, if a Japanese guy did, doesn't mean it's a Japanese Destroyer. It's a Canadian Destroyer.
Canadian Destroyer, baby.
Yeah. But,
so LAX came in, dude, that solidified. Well, they were already the best tag team division in the world, but that solidified it right there. I can't wait. I can't wait for TV to start. You know.
So what do they got? Really, realistically, they got LAX, Young Bucks, Lucha Brothers, Private Party, SCU. They got Dark Order. They got Best Friends. They got Jack Evans and Helico. They got
Cody and Dustin.
Well, yeah, on and off, I guess.
On and off, yeah.
But I mean, legit tag teams. They got 8 that I can recollect right now. That is fucking awesome. Oh wait, no, and fucking Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
The Jurassic Express.
Yeah. They have 9 tag teams that are all fucking good. All good.
Any one can legitimately be the champion.
That's right.
Any one of them. So, yeah, they're fucking killing it. They said they were going to do it, and they're fucking damn well doing it. Yeah. So anybody in WWE, take notice. Do not extend your contract and get the fuck over to AEW and actually do something.
If you are a tag team, if you take tag team wrestling seriously, go on over. And another funny thing I read today, it's been reported that Vince is starting to tell the wrestlers to not tweet at any AEW wrestlers.
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot.
But, he's a tool.
So
that leads to final match. Just give me a second. That leads to nice. Yeah. Dude, I had Fozzy playing the whole fucking podcast.
I know. I listened to it.
Yeah. It added a little bit of pizzazz to my podcast.
So, general consensus is it wasn't a great match. It was a good match. I disagree with it. I think it was a great match for what it was billed as. This wasn't billed as going to be a super athletic match like something of Pac versus Omega. This was billed as a fight, right?
Yep.
And they fought. They beat the shit out of each other.
Every Jericho match is now.
Yeah. And my only real gripe with the match is Jericho not doing the Lions Tamer, man. Like the walls of Jericho. It's a Boston Crab.
Yeah.
Fucking put him in the Lions Tamer, man. Put him in the Lions Tamer. That move is so fucking sick.
Yeah. It looks sick too.
Yeah. But Jericho still go, man. Like, I don't know. And his
big Jericho fan over here.
Yeah, I am too. Mm-hmm. I am too.
He reminds me of my dad, dude. Like, the older he's getting, he's turning into Dave Reitman. Right? I think it's because he drinks a lot.
Yeah,
he's just turning in. Yeah, so he just turned into little Dave Reitman. That's fucking cool.
But he needs to lose the love handles, man. He has to.
Wow, dude, when you're 48, it's hard to do that kind of shit.
I know, man, but maybe just stop drinking the booze so much would help.
Then I wouldn't like him as much.
Right. I think you'd like him as much if he went down to 3 a night as opposed to 12. Okay.
No way, man. No way. I like myself a drunk Jericho.
Yeah. But
he's old man strength. Old man strength.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like his what does he call his spinning elbow?
The Judas effect.
The Judas effect. I like that it knocks people out. Mm-hmm. I like that.
It's good for him too. It's an easy move to do.
It's the pain maker.
That's what he called it?
That's what he called it. No, that's what he's called. The pain maker now, Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
He fucking leveled Kenny with it. He busted open fucking Hangman with it. And I like that Hangman was like beating the shit out. Like there was one part where he literally punched him in the mouth. And that was awesome.
Yep.
I just so it was to me, the story of the match was younger, faster, stronger guy scouted Jericho, right? Had answers for everything that Jericho would do. But Jericho is the wily, hard-nosed, or hard-ass fucking veteran that found a way to win. I like that.
Yep.
So
yeah, I like that too, man. I like that too because it still gives old guys a little bit of credibility, right? He's wily. He'll still get the job done. Doesn't matter how fucking strong, how fast you are, and then he'll be cool while he does it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Ringing that bell. It's already done. Sorry.
He's great, man. He's great. And I half expected CM Punk to run out and clobber him when he was walking backwards up the ramp with the belt.
Oh, dude, I would like to see CM Punk come down and beat up Hangman Page. Because I would like to see CM Punk heel with Jericho.
Yeah, but remember, these guys have AEW play off of, older things, even if they're in different promotions. Like Punk and Jericho had a WrestleMania match. They had a big feud, right? So it would make sense that Punk doesn't like Jericho. So I'd be cool with that. Would have got a pop. But CM Punk doesn't want to wrestle, man. And people need to stop. Like, somebody said to me, "Oh, the show will suck if CM Punk isn't there." I'm like, "Are you fucking serious?"
Yeah, come on.
CM Punk isn't going to be there. It's not.
He hasn't wrestled. He hasn't wrestled in 5 years, man. How is he going to make that show better?
Yeah, I'm like, he's in his 40s. He hasn't wrestled in 5 years. He went and got the shit kicked out of him in UFC.
Yep.
Right? How is he going to, like, somebody said, "Oh, they need CM Punk." No, they don't. So you're telling me they need WWE guys to be an alternative to WWE? They have a couple, but, Jericho, it's like Jericho didn't make the jump from WWE to AEW. He left, went and did New Japan, right? Then signed with fucking AEW. So by the time Jericho even got to AEW, he was so far from, WWE. They make the argument for John Moxley, but again, he also did everything else. So, but they're gonna have to put.
He went 3 months before. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're gonna have to put a rule in place, though, big time, about not working elsewhere. Yep. Because that promo Kenny cut about that was fucking good. Awesome. Yeah. So overall,
he did a good job.
I think the in ring work was better this show. I think the hype of the first show could put that over the edge for people, but as the production value, everything as a whole, I like this better.
I'll have to rewatch it, but I like Double or Nothing better. But once again, second spin. Once I watched Double or Nothing the second time, I liked it better than the first time. So I'll have to rewatch this one again.
Yeah.
Just face value, I like Double or Nothing better. Yeah. And once again, it's nostalgia for me because I was there. So.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean?
That's the first thing that came to mind. What's this?
Even the NXT Toronto, when we went there, after I watched it a second time, there's things that I liked better. The second spin. Plus, I wasn't drunk the second time.
That's right. That's right. And also, I did that too, but I still didn't like the Gargano Cole match that much.
No, I didn't either. It's overdone.
Go on the network, pull up NXT UK, and watch the takeover they had today or yesterday. The main event is fucking awesome. Cesaro's there too. He has a great match. Watch it. It's good. It's 2.5 hours of excellent wrestling. You won't know most of the guys, but Walter takes on Tyler Bate. You know Walter, I'm sure, and you know Tyler Bate.
Yep.
So those two guys put on a fucking great show, and I love it, man. Walter needs to be like, if they're serious about like this whole Wednesday Night War thing is fucking stupid, because AEW is not even interested in it. It's Vince. It's just Vince. No one else at the WWE cares. The wrestlers don't care. Most of the wrestlers are happy, right? That their friends that didn't make the WWE can go elsewhere and make that money. It's just
the guys in WWE are making fucking loads of money too because of AEW. So it's nothing but good for the business all around, right?
Yeah. And Vince is just being a little bitch about it. That's it. No one cares about this fucking fake war that you're trying to brew up. Go focus on your stupid football league, man. Please go focus on your football league so we can get, because NXT is going to suck if Vince McMahon is involved. It's going to suck.
It's going to strip all the charm that NXT is right away.
Yeah.
It's going to strip it right away. He's going to bring down shitty dudes like what, Heath Slater's going to come down there and be the champion. He's going to have like jobbers go down there and try to beat up on all the other.
He's going to make it their fucking C brand.
I know.
That's it. It's going to be like Shotgun Saturday Night. No, man, I'm not interested in that. And if it turns bad real quick, I won't watch it. I won't.
Yeah.
And they're saying, oh, it's live on Wednesdays, but you can watch it the next day on the network. Dummies. The fucking NXT is the highest rated show on the network. Why would you willingly give that up?
Yeah.
Because we're getting $50 or $100 million for it. Make the product better, and more people will pay you monthly. You know what I mean? They have 2 million subscribers paying $10 a month. That's $20 million a month, right? Now, obviously, you have to cut costs and shit. But let's say it's 50%. $10 million a month. Still $120 million a year.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't see I just don't see it. I don't see it. And they're adding an hour to it. And now they're going to have to pay the guys more. They're going to have to pay the guys more because their merchandise is going to be selling more because more people are going to see it, hopefully. There's going to be more toys. It's going to cost them more money. And he's just doing it because of AEW.
Yeah, it's not a very smart idea. I think you're saying you can watch it Thursday on the network, so why not just watch it Thursday?
That's it. You're starting to swear and telling the fans to say, yeah, but you can watch it the next day. Okay, I'll watch it the next day and watch AEW instead.
Yeah. And I'll skip Monday and Tuesday, watch Wednesday AEW, and then fucking NXT on Thursday.
And then they can say, or like they could have done, yeah, we'll put it live, but then it's on the network a week later. Okay. Yeah. Then it gives people a reason to watch it live.
Yeah.
So, it's dumb. It's dumb, man. It's dumb.
It is dumb. It's an old way of feeling. It's an old way of thinking. And we're all about the new ways over here at MNF Wrestling, I'll tell you.
That's right.
Orange Cassidy, baby.
Yeah. So I guess that's it for our review. Thumbs up?
I would say.
Thumbs up review, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I agree with that.
We agree with most things.
I'm going to rewatch it. I'll give you another take on the X-Pac Omega, see if I still don't like it. It's not that I didn't like it. I just, like I said, I put them on a higher standard. So,
man, remember, never put pussy on a pedestal, dude.
Well, who's
applies to wrestling. Wrestling is the pussy.
Ah.
Yeah.
It's a strangle.
So,
it's a DDT.
Yeah. So these are your boys. Cool Mike. Handsome Frank. Needs a haircut. I say that a lot, but it's true. We'll be signing off now. And this is the cue that we say, smash the like button, sub, and leave a fucking comment, and ring that motherfucking bell. And join us on Twitter at M&F Wrestling. That's where we are. This motherfucker now has the password and username. So he'll be promoting his own videos, ladies and gentlemen, when he makes them. But, hey.
I have the Orange Cassidy approach to Twitter.
Yeah. So that means Frank gets to do everything. But hey, man, you're uploading this video. So, So that's us. We're going to say goodbye. Say bye, Mike.
Bye.
Peace.